is this Operation Lotus blooming in the state of Maharashtra. Many allegations of attempts being made in the past, but this time around, could the BJP get successful? There are meetings happening not just in Maharashtra or in Mumbai, meetings happening in the national capital as well. A man credited for making the BJP win that extra seat in the Rajya Sabha, that extra seat as an MLC, is now Mr. Devendra Fadnavis in the national capital. And while he is in Delhi, Amit Shah is meeting JP Nadda. Is the BJP moving around to perhaps look at a situation where they could form their government in Maharashtra? Those are the numbers right there on your screen right now. And these numbers are what it actually boils down to. So let's quickly take a look at those numbers. The Shiv Sena is at 56 to be precise. NCP is at 52. Congress is at 44. The BJP at 106. There are 2 from the Samajwadi Party and 27 others, which includes independents and other smaller parties. They've been switching their loyalty this way or the other. We saw them swinging towards the BJP, some of them. On other occasions, the Shiv Sena claims their support. As of this moment, the information that we have is that the Shiv Sena combined, which is the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi, has 153 MLAs. The BJP has 106. If some independents support them, then this tally goes up. In the words of Mr. Chandrakant Patil, they are around 113, 114. That's if you add the support of some of the others and independents. The halfway mark is 145, and thus the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi at 153 is in the government. But if the 22 were to resign, if 22 MLAs of the Shiv Sena and 1 independent, 21 of the Shiv Sena and 1 independent were to resign, the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi will come down to 133. The halfway mark is 145. How exactly will this be done will be very, very interesting, because immediately the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi will not succeed in crossing that halfway mark. But the point is, with these resignations, even the BJP does not look at itself reaching that halfway mark. The problem is that while the majority mark comes down to 134, if 22 people resign, the strength of the House comes down from 287, right? It comes down to 266. The halfway mark of that is 133. Even then, if these 22 people resign, the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi will be at 133, which means they are within striking distance of forming or retaining the government if there were a trust vote. The BJP alliance is at 106. This is where the words of Chandrakant Patil, who's the state BJP chief, are very, very significant, where he says and he claims the support of 135 people. You see, the new majority mark is 134. And Mr. Patil claims the support of 135. Where will these people come from? You see, the way the math works, when you resign from a party, if you resign from a party, you cannot immediately join another party and get your strength get added to them, unless that breakaway group is 2/3. Let me explain this further. So if 56 people of the Shiv Sena are deciding, and if there are 56 in the Shiv Sena, and some of them plan to defect to any other party, let's say the BJP, then 2/3 of the 56 will have to move. That is 75% of the 56 MLAs will have to move to the Bharatiya Janata Party for the provisions of the anti-defection law to not kick in and for the BJP to increase its strength. And if that does not happen, as of this moment, that number stands at 22. 22 is not even half of 56. Forget, that's not even 50% of 56, let alone being 75%. So how will these defections take place? In a situation like this, we present to you the Madhya Pradesh model. What happened in Madhya Pradesh? Jyotiraditya Scindia shifted to the BJP. Jyotiraditya Scindia had the support of about 15 to 20 MLAs. All of them resigned. The BJP formed its government because the strength of the house came down and they were able to claim majority. And then they had to prove their majority in 6 months. In these 6 months, by-elections happened on those 20-odd seats. And the BJP won. They had a resounding win. And thus, Shivraj Singh Chauhan's government continued.